Why am I going to do this? Why am I going to risk everything?
He shot the famous 47% video. Tonight, he breaks his silence. We'll show you why he was once honored as a life-saving South Florida hero. But first, the challenges facing the new Pope, and possibly a good sign over West Palm Beach.
Live, local, 1 hour earlier. Fox 29 10 o'clock news starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jay Cashmere.
And I'm Shannon Kay. Tonight, Vatican City is quiet, yet around the world, exuberation as a new pontiff emerges to lead the Catholic Church. 76-year-old Jorge Bergoglio of Latin America became Pope Francis, signaling a new era for Catholicism. Jay Gray has more from Rome.
At the Vatican, there is now a new pope. As white smoke poured from the rooftop of the Sistine Chapel, the faithful who filled St. Peter's Square, many who had been waiting for hours in the rain, erupted in celebration. And about an hour after the smoke first appeared, French Cardinal Jean-Louis Tauran walked to the balcony and announced, "Habemus Papam." We have a pope. Then minutes later, Argentinian Cardinal Jorge Mario Bergoglio, now Pope Francis I, greeted the world.
Buonasera.
Francis I, it's a fitting name since he is the first Latin American Pope and first Jesuit to serve.
The Holy Father, Pope Francis, said to us tonight, "I'm going to sleep well, and something tells me you will too." And we will. We'll sleep well tonight, knowing that the church is in good hands.
The hands of a man described as humble and a champion of the poor. As a cardinal, Bergoglio lived in a sparse apartment, not the official residence, cooked his own meals, and instead of the traditional chauffeur, rode the city bus. And as he left St. Peter's as the new pope, cardinals say he stayed true to those tenets.
As the last bus pulls up, guess who gets off the bus? Pope Francis. So I guess he told the driver, "That's okay, I'll just go with the guys in the bus." So he's a wonderfully simple man
who now inherits an incredibly complex and difficult job. Jay Gray, Rome.
From the Vatican to the Diocese of Palm Beach, reactions spread quickly into parishes and churches throughout our area. Fox 29's Jeff Skrypek spoke to the local hierarchy of the Catholic Church. He joins us live from West Palm Beach with more tonight. Jeff.
Well, Jay, we're standing just outside of St. Julia Catholic Church here in West Palm Beach, where dozens of parishioners gathered to pray for the new pope. You can see they put this bunting around all the doors around the buildings, signifying a new spiritual leader, but also possibly a new direction. Thousands of miles away from the Vatican, Catholics all across South Florida praying for the new leader of their faith.
Rejoicing with the church throughout the world as a new Holy Father has been elected.
Pope Francis, a 78-year-old Argentinian, the first pope to come from outside of Europe in the modern day.
He's Hispanic, and I think that's wonderful.
Laura Gonzalez, a Cuban living in West Palm Beach, thinks Pope Francis's ethnicity will connect with Latinos in Florida. But will his views? He is pro-life.
Perfect, because that's the way it is. Life has to be protected.
According to the Pew Research Center, self-identifying Catholics are at a 40-year low. Just 27% of Americans consider themselves strong followers. That's why many are calling for progression within the church. Pope Francis, though, is considered orthodox and is also against gay marriage.
We have to follow what the leader does. We may have our own individual decisions, but that's, we go along with church practices.
But Pope Francis does soften his stance when it comes to contraceptives, saying condoms are permissible to prevent disease.
A good way of reaching out to the youth and making them understand why you have to use the protection is for your health. So yeah, definitely, it's very progressive.
Now, where the Pope is expected to make changes is in how he interacts with people all around the world. We spoke with the Bishop of the Palm Beach Diocese, who told us tonight that Pope Francis is a big believer in helping the poor. He's very interactive and expects to see him out in the streets and communities all across the world. Reporting live in West Palm Beach, Jeff Skrypek, Fox 29 News.
Jeff, thank you. So what's next for Pope Francis in the coming days? Well, tomorrow he's scheduled to meet with retired Pope Benedict privately. He will also celebrate his first Mass at noon in the Sistine Chapel. And next Tuesday at 9:30, he will be formally installed in St. Peter's Square. Keep it right here to Fox 29 for continuing coverage of the new papacy.
So, do you believe in angels? Well, if you were in West Palm Beach around sunset this evening, something skyward may have made you believe, right?
Certainly was. Something from high above. Steve has more, right?
Yeah, this is pretty cool. This was a picture sent in earlier this afternoon, actually earlier tonight from Royal Palm Beach. It's a cloud angel over South Florida, Royal Palm Beach in particular, and this was sent in by Jody Guthrie about 7 o'clock tonight. Really glowing in the evening sky, beautiful shot, and a beautiful sunset across South Florida too. Tonight, temperatures are cooling off. We're still in the 60s and low 70s. We'll cool off into the 50s and 40s for overnight lows. Here's a look at current temperatures. Beautiful night across South Florida. I'll have your forecast, let you know how low it'll go and whether it'll warm up this weekend. Coming up.
Steve, thank you. A Palm Beach County School Board member has been cleared of wrongdoing by the State Commission on Ethics. Here now is Ginny Brown at tonight's school board meeting. 2 complaints were filed against her late last year, one by the principal of South Olive Elementary, Hank Smith, and another by a parent at that same school. Brown has 2 children who attend the school, and the complaints allege that she was unfairly meddling in the school's affairs. Well, the Ethics Commission said there was no legal basis for those complaints.
But as a school board member, I don't give up my rights to being a parent, and I'm an engaged, involved parent, and I've always acted appropriately, and I think both the Commission on Ethics ruling shows that.
The disagreement has created a stark division at the school, though, and Brown told us that she does not believe that the air can be cleared until Hank Smith, the principal, is no longer at the school. Smith says he is unable to comment because of a district investigation into him.
Just as spring training swings into action, there's news that Palm Beach County could get another baseball team at bat. Fox 29's Dan Corcoran is live in the newsroom with more on the growing excitement. Tonight, Dan?
Well, Jay, tonight, speculation about the Houston Astros. We've reached out to local leaders and the team as well. So far, no one is talking specifically or publicly about discussions that may or may not be taking place, talking about an Astros move.
Spring training in South Florida. America's pastime preseason, right in our own backyard. Tonight, under the lights and in front of a local crowd at Roger Dean Stadium in Jupiter, the Miami Marlins versus the Atlanta Braves.
To be able to be that close to the major league players this time of the year, you can't do that anywhere else.
Palm Beach Gardens father Hal Venoff is here with his 5-year-old son David. There could be more spring training baseball coming to this area, just 4 miles south in Gardens. It's a vacant wooded lot right now, but this 82-acre site between Central Boulevard and Interstate 95 could possibly become home to a training facility for the Houston Astros.
Good weather, a lot of baseball fans, and they'll get good support.
A great fit, say some baseball fans. The general counsel for the Astros telling our news partners at Scripps Treasure Coast newspapers that the team is interested in the Palm Beach Gardens lot. That would be a lot of baseball in just a few square miles.
I don't think we need another stadium this close to Roger Dean.
Too close together, says this dad.
I'm not really sure there's a big Astro contingency.
Right now, the Marlins and the St. Louis Cardinals train at Roger Dean. Are the Astros coming to the area next? Some fans hope so, but for different reasons.
Bring some more jobs and maybe it'd be a good thing.
I'm coming out to the spring training since I was a little kid, and it's been a big part of my life.
Now, despite comments from the Astros general counsel, this is what the team told me in a statement tonight. Quote, the Astros are happy where they are in Kissimmee, but our owner, Jim Crane, has stated that the Astros will look into all possibilities to find the best spring training home for the Astros once the current lease is up, whether that be in Kissimmee or somewhere else, end quote. So baseball fans will have to wait a bit longer for some more definitive news. I'm Dan Corcoran, Fox 29 News.
During the election, do you remember the 47% tape? Well, next at 10, meet the Florida man who quietly videotaped Mitt Romney during a private gathering.
And moving on, Tiger Woods' ex is seen dating a man from North Palm Beach. Find out who Elan's new boyfriend is.
Plus, a daycare teacher accused of drugging children with sleeping pills. How her co-workers discovered the crime. Next.